football management, something I've always admired since I was young. I've always enjoyed playing the game, maybe not too great as a player, but then when FC came about, or FIFA, I just loved doing career mode. But now, I want to try and be a proper manager, as on this channel I just take care of clubs, just trying to get them to win the Champions League. But now, I take care of me, because this is all about me. I am not going to be taking charge of a club in specific, but I am going to be trying to be a manager and climb the ranks. I'm going to start unemployed with no job, search the job market, and I can only move clubs if I get a team plus 5 positions in their league. I have to win 5 trophies overall, 3 in different countries, and then finish at the sweet spot of winning that Champions League trophy. As yes, people, here we are. This is going to be a mammoth save. It isn't just going to be one club. I'm trying to make my way as a manager. As you just saw, from the bottom all the way to becoming the best, beating the likes of Pep, Sir Alex, Ancelotti. I want to win as much as possible, as Grimsby Town is the club I support. However, at the moment, we've got a good manager, and obviously, my club don't need one. As it's kind of like I'm a free agent at the moment, and I really have to get searching. To start off with, after all, I start a lot of saves in England, and I can rejoin the country if I do find a job available. We've got to try and find a club that's either just sacked a manager or has a caretaker. And this is definitely outside of England. Yes, they are already a 2-star club, but Melbourne Victory over in Australia. They were founded in 2004. They're a younger team than me, and they have just given the job to Arthur Dials, the caretaker manager. But come on, Melbourne Victory, you definitely want to give MWS a shot. And this is very exciting. I also did just change that setting from no sacking to actual sacking, so we've got to be careful. As our first job's down under, we've got the Australian team. I'm going to stop doing the voice. And a few decent players like Machach, who can play anywhere. This goalkeeper on the bench, although he's 35, Langerak. And I am pretty happy with this. Right, the left-hand side could use some work. As we have £4 million, life points are currently not on, so we can do whatever business we please, but also some more objectives. These don't have to be completed, but they're just little fun challenges. Re-sign a previous player, earn a promotion to a higher league. That'll probably be done in England, and then beat a league rival twice, which I think I'll guess is Melbourne City, and I think I'm going to be correct on that one. And I did not know this about Melbourne, but they actually finished 4th last year, so we have to finish 5 higher than 4th, which is impossible, meaning we have to win the league with Melbourne to leave the club, so we might be stuck in Australia for some time, but I don't mind it. As without further ado, let's put this dream squad together. As it's okay, it's nothing special. What about the age of the players? We do have some youngsters. Okay, we can use the likes of Joshua Rawlings, maybe. He could be a player we take to every club. We've got Jing Reek, the striker. We've got Ryan Tugh, the CDM. And we have got to pick a tactic. Now, we do need to try and win the league, so I'm going to be a short passing manager with just a high defensive approach. And why not just stick with the shape we're given? I have changed the roles around to get players on their playstyle plus, and that is what we're going to start with. A lot of emphasis on these two lads, and I didn't realise our striker, he is 36-year-old Fornaroli. Don't like that age. And I might be copying out a little bit here, but there is an Asian country with free agents, which is literally just next to Australia, and that is New Zealand. Supreet Singh, we just signed in our last rebuild. Check that out on the channel. But Elijah Just, 24-year-old, if we could get him to the club, that is a decent first signing, free of charge, but we're not keeping it free agents. As I've just gone and bought Luca Bazzoli, a German CDM. Going outside of Asia for our second signing, but then our third one is back over in the CSL, Gao Zuhi, the right back 28-year-old, who cost over 1 million, by the way, in our first season. That is insane. As the team's not insane, we've had a lot of downgraded marks. The goalkeeper, defender, left back, they're all getting old. I've had everybody out training as well to grow in their ratings, as Elijah Just, I did just change him to a cam to try and make him a very decent player, as our top scorer this year was Bruno Fornoli, only 8 goals in 18 games. Not filling me with confidence, as I have seen the rivals of Sydney, or I'm told online they are, and we beat them in the February game and drew to them in January, so unfortunately not doing the double. And I didn't see a lot of decent results in there. I think we might have struggled season 1. But I am so glad we haven't been sacked, because that is horrific. Going from 4th to 8th, only 30 points, 10 defeats. Melbourne Victory on the downgrade, and it is under my management. We didn't make the Asian Cup, and the A-League won by Brisbane Roar. A terrible first season, but you know what you have to do to make it better. This is going to be a long one, so buckle up. Please do leave a like on the video if you do enjoy, and subscribe on the road to 50,000 subscribers, as we are letting go of a few players here. We had a lot of 50 rateds, and I want to up our wage budget by getting rid of them as £5 million. I don't know why it says 1 billion. We definitely haven't received that, as also the youth. We have a scout, Mason Warren. We might as well try and find something. Here in, I'm sorry, it's not Asia, it's Oceania. As maybe an Australian youth player we could take to every single club we go to. On our journey, as I'm searching centrally, but the priority is getting a striker. As our best currently at the club is this man Vergos, 29 years of age. And when I switch this team around, well, it's not too bad to start off with. Definitely can be improved in goal, in defense. We've got a right back over at left back. Maybe could get another left midfielder. But the first thing I am going to do is actually check the academy now. We've only got to promote players we can probably use. And Rory Freeman, he looks by far the best. And yes, he's the only player I'm promoting. Because like I said about releasing players, the more we promote, the more wages we pay, and the more that budget goes down, as 100k on just one academy player. That is horrific, as I'm going to try and train him as a centre-back. I'm just going to train Joshua Rawlins as a left-back, so we don't have to sign one. And now we just need a centre-back, and then a striker, most importantly, and maybe a goalkeeper. Now, the current one we have is getting old, but he is not 33-year-old. That's young for us. And Edgar Badia, into the club you come, my friend, because we want to make the best possible signings with all our money to try and win this league and get out of Australia. As I'm going triple signing again, we've got Ben Davies, ex-Rangers, and this man Ronan Hale, who is now ex-Ross County, creating this monster of a team. Okay, this is a lot better already. Davis, Badia, he hasn't even gone down, and Hale has gone up, but not as high up as Daniel Arzani, who is a player that actually started here, so I'm glad to see a current player working out for us in the A-League, which we do want to get out of. I keep saying it. I hope I mean no offense by that. I'm in a rush to win some trophies. As Hale did get 20 goals. Is that the most in the division? Well, I can tell you it is. It is 5 more than Marcus Antonsen. And it is enough to land us at the top of the league. 1 defeat all season. Absolutely extraordinary, as now we have to go through these rounds. I'm not familiar with this format. We weren't in that one, but then we beat Perth Glory, so we are going to make the A-League final. Hopefully going and winning it against Brisbane Roar. I'm glad it's not the WS Wanderers, as we have done it. That's our first trophy as well, because we've got to win 5, and it's a victory for the victory in the final against Brisbane. I love it with the squad we have, but now we could actually move clubs. Oh, and we are so close to being able to move Rory Freeman to a centre-back, as at the moment, at the end of this current season, no potential job openings, but we'll keep our eye on it. As come on, start of season 3, it's another £5 million, but I really want to find a new job. Currently no jobs available. How long will we have to wait, and which country will be our next? As we've kind of won everything here in Australia, so we can't do much with this team. Maybe just sign another centre-back, strengthen our chances. I mean, we can try and win 2 trophies, but that doesn't count towards our 5. Not just 3 in Australia, as if we were to move clubs, I'd try and take Daniel Azrani around with us, but we've got our centre-back. Our new centre-back option, which is Rory Freeman, doesn't change rating, and with him already changed, I kind of do want to play him in the team, and that team on paper I don't think I can change at all. So yes, it's literally me as a manager now playing the waiting game. And I've simmed outside of the market now, the 3rd of September. And finally a job available, but this time it isn't through search. Because that's right, although the international job offers are off, we have received one here, and it is from Fenerbahce, meaning Jose might have been sacked, but this is our opportunity to move to our new country, as now we're a Turkish league manager in season number 3, because of course I'm taking the opportunity, as this could be the time we win a league title. However, already on the 3rd of September, it is 13th. No wonder Jose was sacked. We've got work to do with this squad, and this is quite different because we cannot make any signings being outside of the window, and this is the team we've got to switch up. We've got aging defenders all over 30, not a very good goalkeeper. My thoughts are to change this to a back 4, play the 4-3-3 attack because we should be good enough to actually attack and rise up this division. We're going to go with the exact old tactics, just change things around slightly, as that is the team we've managed to make. And this team is very old. Just look at all the best players turning over 30. We need to make our mark here, and again, I'm talking free agents. Never mind win trophies season 1. We've got to keep this team in the division. And our weakest position was in goal. Timo Horn's available and will be my first signing here at this new club, Fenerbahce. And yes, that was hella hectic. We moved clubs from Melbourne and we found out the team were in 13th. So now we can leave them if we finish above 13th with Fenerbahce, which should definitely be possible with this team that has been playing. Of course, we've had some downgrades. At least it hasn't played this goalkeeper, as I forgot to put Horn in the goal. He's actually really improved, as take everybody out. And that is our best squad, which hopefully brings in another trophy from the Australian League One to the Turkish. As look at that for a big comeback. We did finish 2nd in the league, so we could technically leave after, what, under a year at the moment? Because we did join in September and the season's finished in July. As we beat the rivals, I'm classing Galatasaray as them 2-1. However, drew to them the first time round, so we still haven't done the double over our league rivals at the club we're at. But I can't believe this. We've instantly joined a new club and we've instantly won another trophy. The Turkey Kupası, that's the domestic cup, so that is 2 trophies out of 3 and 2 countries conquered in only 3 seasons. We're making unbelievable pacing of this, but you might have seen when I showed you the calendar. This team was in the Conference League and we did unfortunately finish 12th. Only 1 defeat as we hammered past Rakow and just slipped up 5 goals to 4 against Hoffenheim, which was a very good game. But now, do we leave Turkey immediately? We are eligible to do that, but we do have £32 million. A striker scoring 31 goals, midfielders scoring over 20. I think it would be a bit unjust if we left Turkey without even getting started here. My managerial prowess is definitely on the rise. I should be worth a lot of money if a club wants to come and buy me out of this team. Winning the Australian League in my 2nd season, winning the Turkish Cup in my 1st over here, as Under is very good, and that's important because, as I said, an objective is to sign an ex-player, and Daniel Azrani, I don't think we really need him here in Turkey. There is Luca Bazzoli, who's grown bizarrely since I left. The likes of Ronan Hale, but the only player I'm really thinking of is Rory Freeman, 18 years of age, but only 67 rated, and plus, we do have a lot of good centre-backs here. So I won't be re-signing. I was going to use the scout, but then I looked to the side And it seems like we've got some good players here already. We'll save a little bit of cash by promoting Ergzan and also Simon Gonzalez, the Paraguayan goalkeeper, and get them lads on loan, as I really want to go for the title this year. And 56 million. Right, we definitely can revamp this squad, as I also want to do some selling. Give me some money, I will get working, as I'm going to work on the formation again, because now we're completely safe. You might think I'm crazy, but I want to go back to a 3 at the back, playing this shape, and as you can see, it flicks to very attacking, as I want to be winning the title this year. I want to up the trophies to 3, as this is what I'd be starting with. Ziemansky, the 8-3 on the left, and 3 centre-backs back in the team, as I don't really know where to sign first. Maybe another striker, because we only have Kebe on the bench, and the first team striker isn't really a striker, it's Anderson Talisca, who, to be fair, can't become a centre mid, but when we look at striker, it only takes him 4 weeks to train there, so actually, he will stay up front, as I opt for a centre mid, and I want to get this man Reda, who's a Moroccan centre mid, only 23 years of age, and we do have a Moroccan striker who's really good, En-Nesyri. Thinking about the links up now, and this man finally costing a lot. We didn't have much at Melbourne Victory, but we still haven't much here in terms of that squad depth, because not only a striker, but we don't have another CDM. So I've gone for the experience of Nabil Bentaleb in that position. And then we go in bigger on another Moroccan, this striker called Igamane. What can I say? I like my signings in 3, and it's a good job we got the Moroccan, because it looks like he has replaced the other Moroccan, En-Nesyri. Nowhere to be seen. We've got Ziemansky, who hasn't changed position yet. Fred going down. Same with Anderson Talisca. Overall, an incredibly aging squad, but Timo Horn's gone up. The German shot stopper looks like he might be the next Manuel Neuer at that age. He's really come on leaps and bounds just at the end of the season, as we have had a lot of scorers again, and plus Igamane stepped in. Our big signing from Rangers to get a lot of goals, as there we go, 71 million to Nottingham Forest, Yusuf En-Nesyri. That is crazy finances, as only 1 draw, quite a few defeats, but in our 2nd season here in Turkey, it's not just the cup, it is the league to make it 3 trophies. And we are flying through this, as we didn't make the Turkey Capacity final, beaten by Eyüpspor, as now we've got the Champions League though, as I can't believe we qualified too. And hey, we took 3 defeats, but this team does not draw games. We finished in the top 7. In our 4th season in management, the rise is astronomical. I'm just insane as a gaffer, but I am not that good, because we got Benfica, quite a kind draw, and got hammered 4-1, meaning we crashed out, but we will have the Champions League again next year, and a budget of over £122 million. However, we've just lost our main striker. We've just gone ahead and won the division, and the squad is not getting any younger, so I think I'm not as well. And it's season number 5. We've had 2 jobs for 2 years, and somehow, when I do click on the job search, we currently have a job application in progress. Now, when I show you my messages, you can definitely see there isn't one. And we need to move away from Fenerbahce, I'd say pretty soon. We've done all we can in Turkey. I want to explore another country. And this is how I'm going to do it. You can see we've got the Beats Cup coming up with Benfica, Getafe, Vitoria CS all in it. And I think it would be good to take over one of those clubs. Now, Getafe is in Spain, but they're not really good enough for me. We've done quite a good job in Turkey, like I said, so the other option, the team that just beat us, Benfica, in the Champions League, and they do start 15th, they haven't played a game yet, and because I don't know what happened at the end of last season, I'll say I have to beat reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League or winning the Portuguese league with Benfica. I think that's only fair, because it kind of breaks one of our rules. And we have been at Fenerbahce a long time, so we're heading over to Portugal for our 3rd club in Season 5. Moving around a lot, and this is what our starting team looks like. Okay, it is pretty decent. And by the way, we only need 2 more trophies, so 2 in this country would complete our trophy count. And if one was the UCL, we would complete the entire challenge as the ratings of these lads. Right, the best player we have is Alvaro Carreras. He did play at Man United. We do have Fiorentina. We have Polividis. And we do start at the start of the season. And I'm going to stick with the formation because every player does fit into it. But that is the shape of the ball. Fiorentino drops into a centre-back. Our wingers are going to be important as Artukoglu, well, he's 29-year-old. Still does look pretty decent. But I think that's where we need to sign because we do have Dodo, the right-back. He was in the reserves. There's also this man Montero. This man can play centre-back. To be fair, he could play in centre-mid, but I'm going to trust him in the back line, and if we ever move clubs, I think that's the man we take with us, as 43 million to spend. And like I said previously, I just want a winger, and just being in Turkey myself has me on the radar for Turkish players to replace already Turkish Artukoglu. Semih Kilişkoy somehow at Hamburger. So for the first time in this save, we go youth, we go strong, and we hope this man has an individual impact in Season 1. Okay, and our impact in Portugal isn't like the other leagues. At least we are above Porto, but below Braga, below Sporting. Not where we wanted to be, as we didn't even reach a cup final. Losing to Moreirense? That means we're not going to win a trophy this season in the country of Portugal, so at least we're guaranteed a few more seasons, which I always thought we would be. But we did finish top of the Europa League phase. Can that mean a trophy for our lads? I mean, we did hammer my old club Fenerbahce in the Champions League, but no, Shakhtar beat us 4-3. So we finished with 0 defeats. We actually did really, really well. And this team right here just crashes straight out. Brilliant stuff. I think we have lost a defender as well. I think there's release clauses going on at this squad. Yes, Omar El Hilali actually goes and joins the league winners Sporting. And he was another Moroccan player we had as his. To Montero's growth of +1. I mean, he's still only 21, left-footed centre-back. Very rare thing to find, and our loan boys have done quite well. I mean, Barrios will loan straight out. This man Duarte Roca's done pretty damn well. Not as good as the other guy, though, and not as good as the other Portuguese winger. Of the past, Cristiano Ronaldo, as this team has done okay for itself. I mean, one of our top scorers, the new signing, but 1 goal below the Greek god Pavlidis. And yes, I know I butchered that. I'm only joking about you guys, as this is the team we have for this next season. And Kaya is in the middle, who I didn't realise is 1, Turkish, and 2, only 18 years of age. He could be a brilliant player if we loan him out and get a replacement there for now. With Silva on the bench already, again, another player that could be a centre-back. And Rego, if we could change him to a centre-mid as a bit of backup. The team really does look positive, as unfortunately last season, that 3rd place finish means we only enter the Europa League this time round, which we did enter last year, and this year, I want to win it. We've won in Turkey, won in Australia, but now we show ourselves to Europe. I want to move on after Benfica, and I do not want to move to a worse club. So this season, I've got to prove myself, and 76 million after contracts is outstanding money. Still, I'm changing the centre-back position, also the wingers, like Gouveia to get the best out of them. An 84 rated in his peak. Not bad, but I do want to go and get a goalkeeper. As my first signing is Lucas Mantella, out of contract and getting sold. As if we can get an old goalkeeper in for the 1 or 2 seasons we stay at Benfica, we could really have a good time here. And this man, ex-Benfica Academy, Edison, joins us back in season number 6. Now, I thought in season 6, we'd probably be somewhere in the championship, as that's another thing. Our objective of earning a promotion may not come true, because we never entered the English leagues or the Spanish, and that's why it wasn't a crucial objective. And speaking of have the crucial objective still. We've got to beat our rivals, which is actually FC Porto. I didn't know that, but I really want to beat them twice. And make some more signings now. Lucas Mantella has been sold, giving us the finances to re-sign Renato Sanchez for our midfield and Bernardo Silva, who also returns to Benfica. What can I say? I am a nostalgia merchant, bringing the old players back, but it looks like they've had their one good season. Edison 84, Bernardo Silva is an 84, Sancho 81, and they're all way over the age of 30. As yes, I may have screwed them over. We've got two good young players, and then Guvia's done very well. Better than Alvaro Correas, not really grown under me. And submitted a transfer request. It's like everybody I've signed has been old just for the instant impact because I want to further my career. As a manager, don't hate the player, hate the game. As the top scorers, I did bring one of those in, Kilishkoy with 30. A lot of goals, and look at that. Look at that for a league table. Sporting fall off, and we lose by 1 point to Braga. Still failing to win the title in Portugal is embarrassing. I really want to do that, but we do, to be fair, have our Portuguese trophy. It's not a league title, but that is Australia, Turkey, Portugal. We've got 4 trophies out of 5, leaving potentially just the UCL. But will we do it with Benfica? Well, you can see by our league position in the Europa League this time, 8th. Again behind Braga. They just have our number. As the round of 16, we have won a round in Europe. That is a boost, but we still can't leave Benfica yet. Because we're not winning the league title, as at least we did win in a quarter-final. But then Atleti, oh my days. I can't believe we just keep losing. So it looks like we're carrying on for over 3 seasons at our third club, Benfica. And where do we actually sign? Because I want to win more than just that one trophy. Braga squeeze into the league title just above us as we're expected to win it. And at least we're back in the Champions League, but they want us to reach the final. It would be a fitting ending winning the Champions League here with Benfica. And it would completely finish what we're doing, but we still have to go through a qualifying round. And we have 65 million. I don't think the formation's a problem at all, because now it's our older players, and I've signed all the older players myself, causing my own problem with these two, but I just need to win this division or get into a semi-final, then I am out of here. Hopefully a big club comes sniffing around for us when we've got 5 trophies to prove we're good enough. In management, as could the right back Dodo be the next to be replaced? Or maybe central defenders is what we need, because I didn't realise release clauses. And Surkati has gone and joined PSG on a rather cheap-ish deal. I think I would have got more for him, as yes, another Man City player, and yes, another old player, but he's 88 rated, Ruben Diaz. Again, another ex-Benfica player, mini ex-rebuild of Benfica here, using past players only, but still, that isn't a requirement. And you genuinely couldn't script this. Literally, after Ruben Diaz joins us, his ex-club, Manchester City, approach us to be the manager. So Pep has gone. We do have 4 trophies to our name, but we cannot join them because we haven't really improved Benfica yet. So I've literally just rejected Man City. I can't believe it. That was surely our route to the Champions League. And at least we know we can get a big club job now. As next, João Cancelo. He's 36, and you know what I'm gonna say next. He's genuinely a good player with loads of play styles, but it is another ex-player joining back at Benfica. I'm like the Harry Redknapp of the Portuguese league, the Redknapp of Benfica, but hopefully all these ex-players who have played together before can win something. I'm actually really enjoying this challenge of signing only ex-players. Now, Braga, come at me. You can't, because you took 7 defeats. Getting a lower points tally than last season, but we go and smash it. We go unbeaten in Portugal. Now, I don't do that usually in normal builds. Making that our 5th trophy, so we're going to go over what we need. And by the way, let's just say it again. Unbeaten, as then we won the cup again, so that is now 6 trophies, not just 5. The question is, will we win the Champions League here with Benfica this season? Because we do take part in it, and where is all the English clubs. I see Liverpool down there. I see us with no draws, third in that table. Don't expect Stuttgart and Leipzig as well, as we won 4-3 over Zagreb. Huge first round of 16 win. And then a win against Bayern Munich. We've won the league. Now we've reached the semis, so we can move clubs next year. I'm seeing no success in England. So if we could move to an English club, that would be brilliant, because the Champions League, I never expected us to go through when I saw Paris and Real Madrid were in the semis. Maybe we could join one of those as well, as now Montero isn't just the highest rated, it's actually Kilişkoy. Turkish and Moroccan players that really worked for me all this save, and I'm really liking this team. Actually a little convinced to stay here. Then again, the age of the players, that's kind of off-putting. Cancelo's gone down a lot, as our top scorer this season was Semi Kilişkoy, 38 goals now. And now in this, is it 7th or 8th season, I don't know, I've had to glitch the system a little bit. As you can see, the background's a little bit different. I wasn't getting job offers in the Portuguese league, so I actually put Benfica into the Premier League, simmed about 3 months to see what offers come up, because we do need to leave. And there is Manchester City on the list. There's Chelsea. Okay, the English clubs, I said they weren't successful. Barcelona as well. No Real Madrid, also an Italian club, but I feel like, and I know it's common, I do want to go back to England. None got far in the Champions League. Plus, we don't get to see their starting 11s because I'm in a different save file. As Arsenal, I'm going to say no to. Also Manchester City, because they're an aging squad and I've just took their best players. Chelsea is a weird one. Now, I don't want to be doing too much selling and buying. I just want a squad I can take over and be happy with. And they might not be in the Champions League, but Spurs, I'm really intrigued. Plus, we did start in Australia, and that reminds me of Ange Postecoglou. So I am going to take the plunge here. Maybe the first season we don't win anything, but I really want to build Spurs up. And plus, something I actually didn't realise is I'm wearing the Spurs kit. I didn't even mean to put this on. I just changed tops a little bit through recording, and this is the team back in our current save. We have to rebuild. Okay, it's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. And Harry Kane is back. And Harry Kane has 1 pace at Tottenham. That is genuinely weird. As Vicario, our top rated, then Dejan Kulusevski. I do think we need to change formation here. Archie Gray, he must have been in the reserve. Same as Oscar Bob, who I didn't see first time round, and only a very small budget for Tottenham. 67 million, and what European competition are they in? None. Okay, it's a little bit similar to what might happen in real life, but they want the Champions League and the FA Cup winning. So let's change to a 4-3-3 attack. Let's go for this. We need to win the Champions League if we are to do it here at Spurs, and I'm going to keep the shape fairly right-hand sided. First time trying that, because Kulusevski is a right-hand sided player, really. And then Archie Gray and Baleba need to change positions. As where do we sign here? As Baleba, oh, it's going to take ages. Same as Archie Gray. Well, not too long, and he doesn't work at centre-back. So I might have to start off defensive, as much as I don't want to go with this shape. Maybe push Kulusevski onto the wing and replace Oscar Bob, or make him a cam or centre mid as wow. I've gone shopping in La Liga and found what seems to me a very recognisable face. It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we bloody are. That was a terrible impression of Ange Postecoglou, the Tottenham manager. Or not anymore, because it is me finishing on 85 points. We were so head and shoulders above everybody, as a lot of disappointments, including the rivals Arsenal 5th, Man City 4th, Chelsea 6th, I'm on my days, Liverpool 8th, Man United 13th, but Tottenham win a trophy. First thing we see under my regime, proving I am a class manager, because obviously winning a Tottenham trophy is the impossible challenge. Sorry, Goodwin, as then Liverpool win the FA Cup. Aston Villa win the Carabao. It's always Villa and Leeds doing well in cups. In all the recent saves we've done, as I'm checking the Champions League, getting ahead of myself for next year, because I know we're in it. As this is what the team looks like that we've built. We've lost a player in the midfield, also lost a right back, also lost a centre-back. Now, the bidding we're going to have to do next year for new players, Really, really, really tough. However, still rocking out the Premier League with a 27-goal striker, which is incredible to have, as this season an incredible budget of £235 million, and we've already done contracts. I love to get them out of the way, as it's pretty certain where we need players. We need a centre-back, a right-back, and a CDM, and then we're pretty set. Because our front line of Kulusevski, Miranda, and Conceição. I would have liked to add Kilishko to that, but we don't need him, of course, because that front three looks epic as it is, but we could do with another player. Mark O'Mahony, he's a free agent. Get him as a backup striker, proving it doesn't matter what club you are, the size of the club, the budget. Free agents will always come around and they will help you on your journey. But obviously you do need to buy your way to success, and I know the perfect centre-back we could use here at Tottenham to join our Portuguese players. It's Telmo Monteiro, 94 rated now. His contract was expiring, and I swear on my life I didn't even plan it. His contract expiring, that is, as now 2 more players with 88 million to spend on the replacements of Paulinho first, and it is another regen player called Castro, and then another Portuguese player, Martin Fernandes, the right back, and he came in to complete this team. We've got a lot of Portuguese players, a full 90+ rated strike force, Vicario at the back, Miranda in attack. Will Tottenham win the Champions League? That is the question now. As again, we've got an aging team, but a beautiful strike force, like I just said. Plus, they've played a lot of games each, telling me we have a shot, but is it a shot we're going to take? Or will we have to move clubs again? Because the Premier League is absolutely embarrassing. Outside of the top 4, we finished 5th, with Leicester and Brighton and Newcastle actually winning the entire thing easily. They were 18 points clear, as we also lose the Community Shield. Our rivals win the FA Cup, and Crystal Palace win the Carabao 4-3. A very high scoring game, and then the Champions League, look at that. 24th spot. Is that the last spot you can possibly take? And get through, because we kind of looked out getting Athletic Club. We beat them 5-2. But you see the likes of Real Madrid winning 7-0. We'd stand no chance playing them. But then you'd think the same with Paris Saint-Germain, who we beat 3-0, 2-0, and then 1-0, I'm guessing, at home. Before beating Frankfurt 1-0, Monteiro in the defence making the difference. Keeping clean sheets, but he doesn't have to keep one against Napoli. That's right, we have made a final from rags to riches. From Melbourne to Tottenham. Again, little like Ange Postecoglou. But we have been on that graph all the way to the top, where we will play in the Champions League finale and hopefully crown ourselves champions. And this is probably a good point to say, if you do enjoy this, maybe I should do it as a player, or maybe stick to a specific league. Maybe become the best English manager of all time, sticking in the English leagues, or we could go to Spain, we could go to anywhere, as we've got 2 ex-players in the lineup as well. I forgot about Reda right here. He's a bit more of a defensive player. Need to try and get it to our forwards as quickly as possible as Martin Fernandes. I thought the man was offside there with the run, but he obviously wasn't. Kulusevski, if he can pass it, he's usually good at them balls in real life, but disappointing on that occasion as Miranda just lay the ball off. There's a run on right there from Kulusevski. Again, a terrible pass from the winger. Or right back, sorry, is now Castro, the Portuguese, to try and link up with the other one, Miranda. Look at the footwork. He's very, very quick. He could try and pass this across, but he can't because the refs gave a penalty against Murillo. And this is a huge chance to take the lead, as the taker will be Miranda. And what's this guy going to do? 86 penalties. We might have someone with better, but it does not matter now. 1-0 in the UCL finale. The Portuguese striker goes and scores. As like I said, Moroccan players and Portuguese in this save have been amazing for me. Also Turkish with our time at Fenerbahce, and with Kilishko as Kulusevski, the Swede, trying to run through here as he got a finesse in his locker. Okay, now I know he has the playstyle plus. I might try that again with him, but now it's time for a header. Couldn't reach it. And Fonzie Davis. Or Davies seeing a lot of the ball, but Jamal Musiala now is the right side of the defence, and he has absolutely wasted it. Shameful from him, but then again, second half is already amongst us, and he's going for a shot again. What's going through the mind of Musiala today? Terrible. Let's look at that run, though. Castro, what a ball through. Kulusevski, can he score? Unlike the other man, that was a very poor shot. Just get your foot through it, man, earlier. As now we'll try and curl it from him with a cross, and it might fall to Montero. Definitely not enjoying that tactic because it's Grimsby's in real life, as that is a class tackle from an ex-Chelsea Academy graduate. Now Reda in the middle. He has to try and get away from his man. I would really love another goal in this game. Miranda trying to cut through the middle. Kulusevski is dropping back. We're a little bit out wide here, so Kulusevski gets it in the middle and again fires it wide. Or Wover wide and over, as don't let them score. Just keep the ball because the difficulty has gone up in the last video, as that is a good run, Miranda. But if he just keeps this ball, maybe if we just take the shot on now, it's going over, but the referee's whistle should blow and does. It's took a penalty, took the shine off the achievement a little bit, but from the bottom, from unemployment, we turn it all around, as I never expected. I was trying to think in my head who will be the captain for the final game with the final team. Jared Branthwaite is going to be that man lifting the trophy for Tottenham Hotspur, which I think fans will want. It is the Europa League this year, and will they win it? Let me know in the comments below. As again, if you want me to do this as a player, or just league specific, comment that down below, and click on screen to see another video.